right, so I want to help you master your inner world. And when you do this, you will feel peace like you've never felt peace before. You will feel joy like you've never felt joy before. You will feel in control of your life like you never have before. And so this is a passion of mine to help people create this firm foundation inside, because remember, everything going on internally inside you is going to reflect in a mirror reflection outside of you. So everything that you're seeing outside of you is reflecting something in you. And when I first heard that, I was like, that can't be. How is that? And then over the years, I studied quantum physics and all of this manifestation stuff. And it only makes sense. So in the other videos I've done, I've always said, check your reality for the evidence. Check it, because it's just data. So what they call contrast is something that maybe looks like something that you're not actually wanting is showing up. And you're like, what the heck? What is this? Just use that as data. That's data that is showing you, hey, something's off. And it gives you clarity. And it gives you this space to observe. Instead of absorbing it and reacting to it, you just say, oh, this is happening. I wonder why. And you get curious about it. And then you kind of go within and you say, okay, what have I been expecting? What stories have I been holding on to? What stories have I been telling every day about this person or this thing or myself? And then you compare it to what you're seeing. And it's kind of a fun game to play, I feel like. It really is a game that we're playing, and we're just having an experience. We are consciousness in a body having an experience of being a human. That's all that we're doing. This is supposed to be fun. So have fun. Become your own evidence. Do not listen to other people's evidence. Do not listen to what other people say. Do not listen to anybody's opinions. Listen to your own opinion. Form your own opinion. You decide what's true for you. So who are you being every second of your day? Who have you decided to be? Because when you fully decide to be a different person, you will act differently, you will think differently, you will speak differently. Your actions will be in congruence with who you're saying that you are. It's almost like if somebody apologizes and they don't take actions to change their behavior, the apology is really just empty words, right? So you have to look at you like that. Like if you say, I'm going to be this certain way from now on, and your actions and behaviors don't align with that, you're not in congruence with the person that you're trying to become and that the person that you're saying that you are. If you're reacting to your same situations the same way over and over, you're not, you're not actually that new person that you say you are. So if you apologize to somebody and you didn't change yourself, but you apologize for it, it's not in congruence with the person that you're saying that you want to become. If you're saying that you want to become a certain person or become a certain way. So watch your words that you say to yourself. Watch the words that you say to others. To create trust within oneself is showing up for yourself. When you make promises to yourself, you actually keep them. And then that forms this trust that is unshakable within yourself. You gotta create that unshakable trust within you, so that and remember that you're always in control of everything that's going on around you. You're always in control of it. So you almost have to surrender to the control that you actually already have versus trying to force things to happen. And so there is a perfect timing for everything. And when things are falling apart, they're really falling into place. Look at it like that. That was one of my favorite quotes from years ago. When things are falling apart, they're actually falling into place. You can tell yourself that. Everything is always happening in perfect timing, no matter what. There's always a benefit to every single thing that's happening around you. So I know we've talked about this over and over, but where are your energy leaks? What are you focused on throughout your day where you could switch it and be focused on something else? So you just have to play this game with yourself. And you go within internally and you just start playing this game. And you're like, okay, what am I thinking today? And how am I feeling? It's really a lot of noticing how you're feeling because the feelings are just indicators of where your energy is. And therefore, where your energy is, that's the lens that you're seeing through. So you've got all these pairs of glasses that you can put on. You get to choose which glasses you're putting on that day. You're putting on the glasses of anger or sadness, or you're putting on your God glasses. I like to put on the God glasses. These are my God glasses. I see through God's eyes through these. That's pretty special. You got to see through God's eyes because God is in you. You are God. You've got that much power. It's crazy to think that way. You have that much power. We're made in the image of God. God is in us. So why do we think we're not powerful? Why do we not have faith in ourselves? Why do we have faith in everybody else and everything bad? We have faith in the bad and the negative. Why do we not have faith in the things that actually are good? Well, a lot of times that's because we've had bad things happen to us. And we are identifying with all of those things. Our brain says, well, this looks like something that happened in the past. So therefore, this feels this way. Therefore, I don't like this feeling. I told myself I wasn't going to feel that feeling ever again. And so I can therefore never do this again, whatever this is. So that is the old story. That is a lot of, I feel, time wasted processing all of these bad feelings. That's why they say therapy doesn't really work. Now, I do therapy in different ways. Depends on the person. I always tell them, you have like 168 hours in a week. You're only with me for an hour. You got to take this information and use it. You have to implement it. And I think there's a lot of people that don't implement the things that they learn, and or they're stuck in that story. I just keep it very simple. I think that everybody's just stuck in the story, and until they're ready to change, then nothing's going to change. Until you change something, nothing changes. So you have to decide what part of you want to change, what part of you want to leave behind. What are you so afraid of would happen if you let go of some of these negative stories in your head that you're identifying with currently? And what would happen if you shifted over into a new identity and identified with the 2.0 you that is just waiting to come out and save you from yourself? You're learning a lesson every day about yourself. Every day you're learning these lessons that come up. And it's up to you to extract the gems from every lesson that occurs and utilize that, implement it in your life. Figure out where your energy leaks are. You got this boat that you're in, and it's got all these holes in it. All you have to do is patch them up, or just burn that boat, get a brand new boat, a yacht. How about a yacht? Get on your yacht and just float down the water and enjoy your life. We can actually decide to do that. But it requires a decision to leave the old behind so the new can rise and be created and show up. And until you decide, then it's going to stay the same. And until you decide that, okay, I'm seeing the new story again. I'm talking about the new story in my mind again. You've got to have awareness. So the first step is awareness. Oh, I'm feeling this way. What do I need to do? What do I need to do here? I've got to do something here. I find that that's the magic key to anything, is the awareness that something is off. Because if you're not aware it's off, then you're never going to know that there's something to work on or change. And so when you have the awareness, it's like, oh crap, I feel this way. Okay. Oh, I was thinking about this. That's when you disrupt that thought. You have to just disrupt it. You have to replace it. You have to rewire that. Because if you don't, it's going to go on the same loop every single time. Every single time you're going to have that same loop, no matter what. So you've got to change that old story. And no one can do it but you. There's no one coming to save you but you. You're saving you every second that you change your thoughts. Every second that you change your thoughts, you're changing. You're changing your thoughts, but you're also changing you when you're changing those thoughts. Because as you identify with new thoughts, you're in a new identity. You're not identifying with those old thoughts anymore at all. That's what's so cool about this. It's like you could change your identity at any point. You could say, no, I'm not that anymore. I'm this now because I said so. That's all you have to do, because I said so. No one else gets a vote because it's your life. It's your reality. It's your world. You're having an experience. You are creating the experience that you're having. through your thoughts and beliefs and feelings. And so without those things, we wouldn't have an experience. So you're creating it every second, and you get to decide if you see the joy in something or if you see the opposite of that, the sadness, whatever you see in this. You get to decide whether you're going to complain about something or you're going to appreciate something. Remember, as you appreciate something, it appreciates. So if you're complaining about something, you're identifying with lack, scarcity, the opposite of where you want to be. You're not in abundance at that moment. You're in an abundance of lack. So you're actually in abundance, I guess. You're in an abundance of lack. You're always in abundance. See? Always. So the more you complain, you are identifying with that identity of I'm a complainer. Or I have a life that includes things to complain about. And so you have to decide what you're going to identify with. And then that will create naturally different behaviors, like different things you'll want to change about yourself, different behaviors and habits that you want to change, different attitudes, different beliefs, different thoughts will come to you that weren't coming to you before. And your nervous system will feel calmer too, because you're not identifying with the old story that's keeping you in fight or flight all the time. So that's number one, is to remember that when you're overthinking or you're anxious, there's just fear there. There's fear and mistrust. And there's trust in probably the opposite of what you're wanting. So you're still trusting in something, but it's in the unwanted. You want to trust in you, that you have the ability to be powerful, create anything you want. You have the ability to create a different state. Remember, I've taught you this throughout all my videos. If you're new here, this is video 98, by the way, of 365. I'm Samantha, and I'm a therapist, and I created this channel to get over my fear of public speaking and social anxiety. So yeah, this is video 98. And in my other videos, I've talked about generating the mental state that you're wanting to feel most of the time. You can only do that through your imagination, because your imagination is creating your reality every second of the day. So remember, you're imagining something all the time. You might as well utilize that special, sacred, amazing time that you have to visualize and imagine something that you want. But you have to do it deliberately and consciously, because if you're not doing it deliberately and consciously, you're doing it unconsciously. Therefore, life is happening to you by default. It's happening to you. At that point, you want life to happen through you. You want it to happen through your new thoughts and beliefs, not the old story that you've been telling yourself for your whole life. You are allowed to tell yourself anything you want. You could be the Queen of England. Just tell yourself, this is who I am. This is what I have. This is who I am now. Oh, I was never that way before. I've only been this way. You really just have to shift those thoughts and those beliefs, and that changes everything, I promise. It is amazing what happens when you start talking to yourself nicely. If you talk badly to yourself, please start tonight when this is posted at like 9:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. Before you go to bed, pop this on and say these words to yourself. I am everything. I am magnetic. You are a magnet. Everything that you think and believe and feel is like a signal to the universe. And you're magnetizing everything that matches those frequencies to you. So you might as well start thinking the opposite. Whatever you've been thinking about yourself, think the exact opposite. Literally the opposite. And 100 times better. That's another thing. Make things so outlandish. Have conversations in your mind with people telling you things that you wish they would tell you, and put it on 10. Like literally give yourself the most amazing things that anybody could ever say to you that make you the happiest you could ever feel. Say those things. Give it to yourself internally first, and it will shift you. You will start to feel this after a while. The first time you do it, if you're really stuck in your old story, you're going to know it, because when you practice this, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, right, blah, blah, blah. But really, as you practice it over and over, you're going to feel better, because you're teaching your brain and body how to feel better versus what you've already taught them. You've already taught them to feel not so good. So all you're doing is just disregarding the old story, and you're telling a new one, which teaches your body and brain how to feel now. And you're basically put in this future you that you're not technically it right now, but you're starting to feel it, therefore it will become very quickly. And so remember that you always have control over every single thought that you have, even though it doesn't feel like it. And that's what kind of like law of attraction, you know, that's why it feels like you're not in control, because the thoughts come in so fast. We have 60 to 70,000 thoughts. So one thought is going to attract other thoughts just like it. And that creates momentum. So you feel like you're spiraling. But if you start to slow that momentum down, gently take the hand of your inner child and tell yourself, hey, let's come over here, little one. That's a hot stove right there. We need to come over here. We don't need to touch the hot stove. Now it is up to you if you want to touch that hot stove or not, which is the old story. You can interact with the hot stove or not. It's up to you if you get burned. So look at it like that's a hot stove that I'm about to touch. So I need to tell my little child inside me to, hey, let's gently go this way. Let's start thinking about this. Start thinking about butterflies. Start thinking about diamonds. Start thinking about anything that gets your mind off of what was happening before. And you're going to disrupt that thought pattern. And eventually it's not going to go that way anymore. And when it does, you're going to be like, oh my God, you're either going to be bored with it, you're going to be annoyed with it, or you're going to be ickified. You're going to be like, oh, that's so icky. I can't stand it. It's dark. You're just going to not identify anymore with it. And you're going to start feeling peace for maybe the first time in your life. So keep following my videos. We're going to talk more about peace and joy and how to create these states of being that you're manifesting from every second of the day. And yes, I love to help everyone in many different ways. If you have any suggestions for me, let me know. If you need help with certain things, let me know. I do offer coaching. It's in the link below. Thank you all so much for watching. I just hit 400 subscribers overnight. I woke up to 403. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. And please, if this helps you, or if this message helped you, please send to anybody who you might think would benefit from it. And I so appreciate all of you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I just am overwhelmed by happiness and joy and peace by creating this channel and having so many great people comment and email me. I so appreciate you all. And I hope to create a tribe and community that grows and grows and grows over the next few years. So I'm super excited, super excited. So thank you so much. And I will be back tomorrow for video 99. Oh my gosh, how cool is that? Wow, can't believe it. Can't believe I've been doing this. Oh, once a shy person, not so much anymore. You can do it too. You can do it too. And if you start your channel, you better let me know about it. I encourage you to do that. So please do let me know. You guys have a great night. I will be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.